Alrighty, so last night on my story, I posted 2 options of podcasts that you guys wanted to hear this week, and 61% of you said that you wanted tangible examples on how to build trust with the universe. And here's a yawn for all of you. If you are new here, I'm Gabrielle. I'm a channeler. I do a lot of release work when doing this podcast and working with my private clients and people in my membership, where yawns and chills and burps, disgustingly enough, is where your nervous system is either feeling a lot of relief with what I'm about to say, or feels relieved that you're here listening to this, or I should say, releasing resistance that you have as a collective around anything that I am about to say with trust in the universe. Just from talking to so many of you, I know how important this topic is, right? Everyone wants to manifest. Everyone wants the $1 million and the boat and the house and the lake house and the cars and the marriage and the kids and all the things, right? But when push comes to shove and the universe puts a test in your life and things are looking a little hairy or a little ugly, that is where this trust that we are going to focus on in this episode is so important. I don't know how to say in human words to the depth that I believe this, just from channeling, literally just from channeling, how purposeful every single thing in your life is. Now, with things I've gone through in my life on the not so pretty side, if people were to tell me that, I would be like, that is bullshit, because why the hell would I have to go through that? And now I look back on it and I'm like, oh. And I could see the lessons in it. I could see the importance in it. And same when I'm sitting with my clients and I'm channeling and, they're going through something very rough, and I have channeled people who have gone through very awful things, awful things. And through channeling, through connecting with either a particular person that was involved in this or whatever, they describe the purpose. And so if you are navigating something not so pretty right now, not so enjoyable, I want you to just really ground yourself in opening yourself up to receiving the why in all of this. And you may not receive it right away. It may take a little while, but know that, and there's a release for you, a burp, there is purpose in all of this. And me as a human, I quiver sometimes saying that, just hearing how awful the freaking things in the world are. But as a channeler, I truly can confidently say there's purpose behind all of this. So my hope for today is to get you guys tangible. Here's a yawn. Oh my goodness. Your nervous system's really like this. Tangible examples on building that trust. And I want to start with that before we talk about some other stuff, because I feel like there's nothing worse than seeing a podcast episode that's titled tangible examples, then you have to listen through freaking 45 minutes to just get those. I don't want to do that to you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call Laura forward. I will say sometimes when they give me tangibles, I'm quiet I'm paused for a few extra seconds because I have to translate. And sometimes it gets a little buck wild when they're trying to do tangible examples, because tangibles, of no offense to them, isn't their strong suit. So I have to, in real time, kind of translate all that. So let's start with that. I'm going to call Laura forward. If possible, if you guys are not driving or walking and it's safe for you to do so, grab a pen and paper. Oh my God, we're not going to be able to get through this without your nervous systems requiring a billion yawns right now. Grab a pen and paper, please. That yawn was validation in that. Or your notes on your phone or something like that, because I want you to take notes here, and I want you guys to actively be doing these examples, actively trying, and then fill me in. Find me on Instagram. My Instagram's in the show notes. DM me. Show me how all of this showed up in your life, because you build trust. You build trust through doing. Through experience. You have to do and see to build this trust. So let me pull them forward because they are about to jump out of my mouth. They're going like this. They're clapping and they're like, finally. Finally, you all are here. It's time for these examples, and we have 3. And this Gabrielle just chiming in really fast. I was doing my makeup before this, and I was like, Laura, just tell me the examples now so then I can, translate them maybe better or something like that if I can like download them first. And they would not they were like, no, in real time. So I don't know what to expect here, guys, but buckle up. All right, back to them. So we have 3. They're showing me 3. We have 3 for you all sitting here listening. 3 tangible ways. Oh my goodness. 3 tangible ways for you to start building trust with us. Trust comes from doing, as Gabrielle just said. Those were our words through her. We wanted her to focus in. She took an extra second, so those were our words through her. Those were our words through her. It comes from doing. And here's an example we want to give you, a humanized example. So let's say you want to build trust with yourself. And let's say your intuition keeps saying to you, let's go skydiving. Let's go skydiving. Extreme example, it's just the one they're giving me right now. Let's go skydiving. And your gut is like, I can't go skydiving. That's so dangerous. Oh my gosh, blah, blah, blah. But eventually you fold, you go skydiving, and you have the time of your life. And you land on that ground, on your feet, and it was the best experience of your life. A lot of releases here. You build so much trust with yourself in that moment because thoughts are, or likely is, as you are falling from the sky, literally, you had a breakthrough, you had a download. That was divine guidance. That was you building trust with yourself. So how do you do this with the universe? Example number 1. One of your favorites. You ask for a sign. We've talked about this a lot on this podcast, but when you all see angel numbers, those are consecutive numbers, at least 3 in a row. When you see those, who do you think that is? Who do you think that is? What do you think that is? That is us. That is the universe. That's your source. Have it be God, have it be your grandma, have it be your dog, whatever you choose it to be, it is us. Those numbers, those are us. We know you don't always know the meaning. We have an episode on that. We know you don't always know the meaning. You're not always meant to. And we can assure you it's not always what you see on Google. It means something different every single time. But if you are navigating, particularly if you are navigating through a tough time right now, I want you to say these words. Universe, show me an angel number to let me know that I am exactly where I am meant to be right now. You can get even more specific by listing out the angel number, maybe 1111. Why don't you go wild and have an angel number that has 5 consecutive numbers? 55555. One that you might not see on a license plate every day. Get a little wild. Really stretch yourselves here. If you feel like you see angel numbers all the time, do something a little extreme. 5 or 6, we'll show you. It will be there when you're ready to receive it. But it will be there. So don't doubt the number or the suggestion that you give us. It could be a sign, right? Like back to, we talked about this last episode, but Gabrielle's lemon and watermelon example on her Instagram, on her reels. It can be a sign like that too. But we feel really called to say numbers. So you can go general with any angel number or specific. Show me this. And our ask of you, that's your ask of us. Our ask of you is that when you see that, you believe it. Because coincidences do not exist. When you see that angel number after you say that sentence that we just said, it is not a coincidence. It's no coincidence. It's safe for you to believe that we exist. It is okay if you cannot see the why and what it is you're going through right now. It will make sense to you one day. We promise. If you seek the help. Sometimes you can't always see it yourself. So often Gabrielle can't see it herself either. She needs us. Or she asks some of her friends who she deeply trusts, who can channel as well, or who don't channel, to help see what's going on. It's safe to ask for help in all of this. And that's really the biggest thing that goes on here, my friends. It's not so much that you don't want to trust us, it's that you're afraid to ask for our help. Because chances are, at some point in your life, you were let down. Maybe you asked a parent for help. Maybe you were 3 years old and had a need that wasn't met. And then you adopted the belief that I have to do everything on my own, and if I ask for help, I'm going to get disappointed, so I'm not doing that. So a lot of you mask this as trust, when it's really a little bit deeper than that. So if that resonates with you, we invite you to explore that. We invite you to explore that, because we are real, and we're here, and we will not disappoint you. Will we deliver within your control? Not always. Rarely, actually. If you tell us to jump, we're not necessarily going to say how high, because we know your soul so deeply, because it's lived with us for many, 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 many years until you decided to come forward as a human being and that soul attached to it. We know your soul. We know the purpose that it is here. And we know what it is you're trying to call forward in your life. And this is just a very friendly reminder. You can even just have the thought in your head. You don't have to write it out 1,000 times of what you guys want. We know. We know what you want. We know why you're here. And we know how to get you there. And sometimes, as humans translate it, it's not necessarily going to be so pretty. It's divinely guided. Sometimes it is incredibly pretty. We think it's all beauty, but we understand from the human perspective through the lens of the ego, which we're tapping into Gabrielle's now to just get a sense of these things that go on in the human experience. We can understand how those could be undesirable circumstances. How can you find the love in what it is that you are navigating? We're gonna stop there on that one, and let's see the second one that they have. And I'm yawning. Oh my goodness. So just give me a moment. So I was just saying to Lara, so for example, number 2, I said, okay, what's the second way that they can build trust with you? And they keep saying, I feel like Laura's trying to be a freaking Harvard scholar here, because the words these people use, sometimes I'm like, what the hell does that mean? They're saying unequivocal. Is that a word? If I have my computer here, I'm using my phone to record this, I'll look that up. But they're saying like unequivocal trust. We're gonna roll with it. I don't know if that's English or not. Undeniable trust. Yeah, we know. So how do we get there? We're doing the how, remember? So so this is a fun one. So they were saying, ask us to show you that we exist. So the first example there was the signs and the numbers and all that. But now they're like, ask us to show you that we exist. Ask us for a miracle. Ask us for a miracle. This is so fun. Wait, I love this. They're like amped up right now. Ask us to show you a miracle in your life. Now, they're saying to me, they're like, can you please manage their expectations? So many releases. Do you guys hear this? Oh my gosh. I'm burping. I'm yawning. This is craziness. Okay, so rewind. Manage their expectations, they're saying. So they, in humanize, right, we think of a miracle. Like, let's say, for example, maybe you're in a lot of debt, and a miracle to you would be like that debt's paid off in no time. And they're laughing right now because I'm an advisor in my friend's company. I help them like with the spiritual side of things. And on our group call recently, they said, we were talking about this, funny enough, and I just said, universe, say out loud, universe, show me a miracle. I'm asking you guys to say that too. Universe, show me a miracle. The next day, the girl messaged me that she like logged onto her student loans and her student loans were wiped because of like some government thing that was passed. It just totally wiped, like she owed nothing. And so when I gave that debt example, they were like, go back to that, please. So anything is possible. Anything is possible. It's safe for you to receive any miracle. And when they said manage expectations, whatever miracle that it is that comes into your life, invite it. Don't have expectations for what the miracle is what they're saying. So don't have expectations of what it's going to be. Don't think that means like your house is just going to be paid off by a stranger in the middle of the night. Could, definitely could. just don't have expectations towards it. Just be open and ready to receive whatever this miracle is, right? Maybe you're at the gas station and you pull up and you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot my credit card. And your car's on E. And so the person next to you is like, hey, I'll fill you up. No problem. Just, do it for a stranger sometime in return. That's a miracle. So many beautiful miracles happen all the time. So they're saying, to summarize this, ask us to show you that we exist through a miracle. Universe, please show me a miracle. I'm really eager to see that you exist. I'm open and willing to receive this miracle. I have no expectations about what this miracle is. I'm just wildly grateful that you are hearing me right now, and I know that a miracle will be on my way. Please show me. Please show me. I'm open and ready to receive it. I'm really eager to see what it's going to be. I'm super excited. That's it. It's as simple as that. And then you go about your day. Don't think about the miracle. Don't scan every room you're in. Okay, what's the miracle going to be? What's the miracle going to be? Ask for a miracle. They're now showing me a dandelion. And now I'm getting head chills. This is so, Laura, what are you guys doing? So I'm getting head chills and then chills now down all the way down my right side. So with this, ask for a dandelion. There's a release. I'm just trying to make sense of what they're saying. They want you to ask them for a dandelion too, guys. So that's just a little added extra here. That's not the third one, but just, universe, show me a dandelion. Do that. Why not? What the hell? So they're throwing in all these little examples of what you guys can be doing, but they're really driving the point home as I say that. They're really driving the point home here of when you see this, please believe it. They're like, because now they're asking, they're like, what can we do for them to get them to believe that it's us? So I'll leave that open to you guys. You guys let me know in DMs or send me an email or something, because I'll communicate it back to them. But what can they do for you? Because there's signs all the time. There's things happening all the time. What can they do for you to get you to be like, this is real? Right? So you guys let me know on that front. But that's the second one there, asking for that miracle. The first one was the signs and the numbers. Lastly, let's see what the last one is. All right, they're going into more of like an understanding one. So let me just see if I can get like an exercise on this for you guys. Okay. All right. This is cool. Go out and buy a puzzle. Just bear with me, guys. So they're saying go out and buy a puzzle. Unless you have a puzzle in your house, but a puzzle you've never done before. Even if you're not good at puzzles, like I'm listening to this and I'm like, oh my God, I'm literally so bad at puzzles. Like I can't do puzzles. There's a yawn, just play a yawn for me. Where it's like, you can do puzzles. Go get a brand new puzzle or one that you just haven't done before. Spread it out and try not to look at the picture too much of what the puzzle, the end piece is supposed to be. Obviously look at it for a second or two, but don't stare at it and use it as a map. Ask the universe to guide you to finishing that puzzle. This could be a 5-piece puzzle. This doesn't have to be like a 5,000-piece puzzle. It can be very simple. But they're saying, co-create with us. We will do this puzzle with you. All distractions off. Puzzle on the kitchen table or on, the living room floor, wherever you want to do this. You look at the picture once or twice to get an idea of the shape or, picture or image or whatever it is that you're putting together here. But ask us to move through you in putting this puzzle together. This is more of an advanced exercise, guys. But they deeply want you to do this, like to the point where like now I'm gonna have to go do this too, because I practice what I preach, and they're on my case a little bit now where they're like, you have us do the puzzle through you and show them. So I'm like, okay, I don't have puzzles, but I will go get one. So, and how my ears itchy, it's so interesting. Puzzle. Get a puzzle and ask them to move through you as you put together this puzzle. And a lot of you, I can already feel that a lot of you are going to do that and have this really cool aha moment where you're like, that's what this feels like. You're literally like, your arms are going to be moving, and it's not necessarily going to be you. It's going to be this beautiful source, whoever you choose that to be, working through you, with you. You're going to know a couple pieces. You'll know the corner pieces, you'll know how to put a few things together, but then you're going to get stumped. Ooh, and there's a big release. Then you're going to get stumped. And you're going to call on them to move your hands and put everything together. How freaking cool is that? That is so cool. Please do the puzzle and then will you send me pictures, guys? I get so lit up when you guys follow up with me and share what happened to you through these exercises and the signs that you saw and blah, blah. Like, please, this is so cool. And I'm going to do my puzzle too. I don't think we have a puzzle. I'll have to ask Eric. I'm like 100% sure we don't, but I'll go to Target later. I will get a puzzle and I'm going to have at it. And then I will post on my Instagram stories of this puzzle and what kind of transpired here. So please, please, please do this too. So those are your 3. Any questions around those, you guys DM me. But let me see if there's anything else on this topic that they want to speak through. They were just saying, please remind them how undeniable the trust can be if you allow it to be. It's all around you. Every single one of you. No, every single one of you, if you're open and ready to receive it, if you're willing to receive it, of course, which if you're listening to this, my assumption is that you are. It's all around you, constantly. You're just being called to lean on them more. Example, you're driving up to Starbucks. You're hungry, you have no idea what you're hungry for. You don't know what coffee you want. You don't know what muffin you want. So as you're driving up, say, universe, just guide my eyes to whatever's going to most nourish my body, or, whatever my taste buds are craving right now, or however you want to word it, however, your eating choices are. They're going to guide your eyes there. Your eyes will be guided there. You just got to let them. And you let them by not getting up to that menu and hyper fixating and being like, okay, where are we going to look? Where are we going to look? It's just, let me pull up there. And I trust when I get there, my eyes will go to the right thing. And whatever my eye lands on, I'm ordering. Oh, it was a cake pop. A cake pop. Why is that hard to say? Boom, I'm ordering that. Oh, it was a latte with almond milk. I'm ordering that too. Cool. I've never really ordered these before, but this is cool. Let me try it. And maybe as you're eating and drinking this, you have a cool new idea. Or you get a little ping in your mind to follow up with this person. Or to reach out to that person. Or to go bake a loaf of bread. Or to go knock on your neighbor's door and see how they're doing. This is how it is. This is one big video game, guys. It is one big video game, and it's all these little pieces forming together to finalize the puzzle. They're really, really loving this puzzle analogy. So can you guys please do the puzzle and do the miracle and do the numbers? I know the numbers and the miracle we've talked about a little bit before, but they're pretty adamant about it, right? Ask them to show you they exist. But once they do, now it's on you. This is a chess game. Their move is showing you they exist. Your move is trusting. Is looking at that and saying, that's proof, that's fact. Go off the fact. That was fact. I asked to see an 888, and 20 minutes later, I saw an 888. I'm going to stop convincing myself that was a coincidence. And I'm going to acknowledge that for what it is, and I'm going to say, that's what I asked for, and I was just shown it, so wow. And that's it. You don't have to make anything more of it. So I'm going to leave that here. Any questions you guys have, you know where to find me. If you want to join us in the membership and ask questions in the community, then I'll channel the responses for you. So please feel free to do that. The link is below here. Anything that I can do for you guys, always just let me know. I love each and every one of you. Again, I read all of your messages. They bring so much joy to my heart. So thank you all so much for feeling comfortable to reach out and taking the time to just use your beautiful words and express your gratitude to this podcast and to Laura and to myself. It never goes unnoticed, and I greatly, greatly, greatly freaking appreciate it. I truly do. I've always dreamed of this, and you guys are my dream come true. And I'm so grateful for every single one of you. So I love you. I hope you have the best day ever, and I will talk to you guys next week, where next week we're going to do an episode on how to stop comparing, because 39% of you wanted that, and that is what we're going to honor. So that'll be next week's episode. I love you. I will talk to you soon.